All right. YouTube is always the last. Xbot is right. There we go. It is live though.
Are we
Yeah.
live on Beam?
Just check Beam. Pretty sure we're live on Twitch. I got an email saying we are.
There we go.
All right.
That says offline, but on Beam for some reason.
Sure you are, Assassin.
But
I
did
am.
he type something? I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
The Beam integration is very weird. Some weeks it works. Some weeks it does not work. Noticed. Restream. Sorry if you're there in limbo in the chat or whatever. Trying to see if we're live. We're live to Restream. We're live to YouTube for sure. HP North is here. I see you in the chat. We'll get started here in just a second. We're just trying to see what the deal is with Beam because for some reason it's not broadcasting to Beam. Really weird. And everything I edit doesn't work. This channel. What's up, J Street? Family dogs in the Twitch chat. What up? We're just gonna get started in 1 second. I'm trying to see if I can fix this Beam thing. If not, show will go on. I don't know what's going on with Restream tonight. Doesn't seem like it's working. Dustin, did you check Twitch?
Nope.
It says I got an email from Twitch saying it was live. Yeah, Twitch is definitely live. Yeah, man. I don't know why it's not live on Beam. All right, the show must go on. Show must go on. We will get Beam fixed for next week. But in the meantime, welcome everyone to Four Guys with Quarters podcast, episode 105 for September 22nd, 2016. I'm the terrible producer in front of 217 who can't get shit working on Beam. We have an all-star cast as usual with us. Making his 105th plus straight appearance. We've got DPCI Assassin. What's up?
Hola.
We've got the extra made up today, Taylor, aka Zebra Fries. What's up, Taylor?
Hello.
And last but not least, finally making a webcam appearance for the first time in I think a couple of months. He had to don his extremely thick beard. Is Italian Clown. What's up?
Hey, what's up, man?
Man, that beard is just so thick. I'm actually very jealous. Even if I grew it out, it would not look that thick. But Dassin, you're the former mountain man of this podcast, and I think you're being out bearded here at this point. I think.
Well, I am younger, so.
Oh, okay, all right.
That means yours should grow faster, actually.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure Clowns when he was like 9 years old had a mustache. That's how Italians are.
I had to start shaving by 10.
Yeah, no. When I was like 10, I shaved my mustache a little bit. Had to, and then I started growing in, thinking the ladies loved it. Found out that was absolutely incorrect.
Oh,
Especially
I
at
did
10
that.
years old.
I did that armpit hair in gym.
Yes, armpit hair the ladies actually did think was manly, but that little half grown in mustache wasn't working out for me. So, all right. So this week we have quite a few topics. So I think we're just gonna kind of blow through a couple of them quickly. A couple of them we don't really. I'll just throw it out there. We don't really know a ton about, or at least I don't, and I don't think anybody else does. such as Destiny, because I don't think any of us have it. Do you guys have Destiny? No one has the Destiny DLC, do you?
Nope.
Nope.
Yeah, so
No, we're boycotting that mean assassin.
yeah, we're just gonna quickly mention that then, because we're not really Destiny people. I'm sorry. There are podcasts out there if you are big Destiny fans, but this unfortunately is not really a Destiny podcast. We're not really too interested in it. So let's just start with that. So Destiny Rise of Iron DLC, that's out. That came out what, a couple days ago, Assassin?
Tuesday.
Tuesday. And yeah, so it's $30. You can get the full Destiny Complete Edition. I don't know what the name is exactly. I'm telling you, I'm so bad with my Destiny knowledge. You can get that for what, $60. It comes with all the DLC that's previously come out, including this Rise of Iron and the game. So yeah, what does it come with? It comes with a few new campaign story quests. I did talk to Rand pretty extensively about this either yesterday or 2 days ago, and he told me that he was he's a decently big Destiny guy. He has friends that play it quite often. So he said the campaign kind of sucked. Assassin, did you watch any streams about it? Heard it was very short. It was good, but way too short. That's what I heard.
I heard it was probably the best. From some people say it's the best that they've seen. Other people say it's worse. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Everybody who I've talked to said that it was good quality, but the quantity was so low that it made people so upset that they just wrote it off, essentially. The storytelling was, I guess, the best. Taken King did a good job changing the way Destiny was with the storytelling. Didn't require you to, hunt for grimoire cards and the friggin' book online. I mean, for me personally, that's why I play video games, because I don't like to read fiction. But I want to get the story to me, and that's what turned me off with Destiny. I didn't want to go online and read friggin' grimoire cards.
Man, I'm just so glad Inferno that you didn't get caught up and bought into the hype for that game.
Oh, really? Because I think it was you and Assassin both being like, "Oh, you gotta get it, man. You gotta get it." And then Clowns kind of fell off that wagon a little bit quicker than Assassin. And then me and Clowns were both like, "No, this is shit." Assassin's like, "No, I'm telling you, Inferno, Taking King is way better. They changed so much, it's way better." And I looked into it and I'm like, it is better. I will give you that, but I'm still, I'm so far behind the 8 ball. I can't just jump into it. I saw a lot of publications kind of saying there's no better time to get into Destiny than now. But I don't think that's true personally, because everyone else is level 40 already. They
Well,
have all this late level.
You can buy yourself the 40 now, I think, or something.
Yep,
really?
it's like $23. But I think
That's
purchase
ridiculous.
of Rise of Iron or whatever, you get a boost. One boost.
Sobsky117 in the YouTube chat says, I'm waiting on Destiny 2. Hopefully Bungie brings proper campaign for the sequel. Well, it looks like it, right? I mean, Destiny 2 we kind of know is coming out next year. And this last DLC and Taken King did the campaign missions pretty well, I've heard. It's just it didn't have a lot of content. So hopefully when they release Destiny 2, they learn from all this and actually use the formula they've been creating with Taken King and Rise of Iron and make it just so extensive compared to what they released, a couple years ago.
Well, what I've heard with What About Destiny was the reason it wasn't as good was because Activision was kind of holding them back, and for Destiny 2, Bungie's just been like, yeah, Activision, you're not allowed to mess with this.
Yeah.
Because Bungie can't go from making Halo to that.
Right.
Without outside sources affecting them.
Right. Yeah, and Bungie, and that's a good point, because everyone knows that Bungie, and everyone expected that Bungie would be a good storytelling company, and they, it's a known thing with Halo. They've created a universe, and we got a lot of that with Steve Downs last week on the interview. We learned a lot about how it affects everybody, including the voice acting. So if you haven't checked out that interview, by the way, excellent plug by me. Go check out last week's show. It's on YouTube. With the interview with Master Chief, aka Steve Downs. But yeah, so Bungie does a really good job telling a story, and then we get this friggin' shit. And it's just like, all right, it's awesome gunplay, incredible gunplay, and it's awesome, farming and whatnot, but the story sucks, so I can't get into it.
Mm-hmm.
But is that kind of how it was with you, Taylor, too? Or I know you're not a huge FPS fan, but
yeah, I watched. Again, I was broke when it came out anyway, and so I watched Achievement Hunter play it, and it wasn't interesting. It didn't look interesting. Like the first episode I watched of it, I made it like maybe halfway through, and I was just like, this is kind of boring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And like, it's not even a good game to stream either. Like these people, like these big channels, Achievement Hunter included, they rely on these games coming out and being good story games, and especially if you're playing it like by yourself, if it's not like a multiplayer game, you're playing it by yourself. You need a game that will drive, story, and then you're playing this, and people are just getting disinterested. So it's crazy. Clowns, I see that comment on there. You want to voice that in the on the podcast?
Assassin, do you have your Twitch chat out?
No.
Well, Assassin, why don't you just tell our audience how you were telling me I should get on the PS4 for 60, so when you get the when you get the Pro, we can play it together.
Wow, Assassin, going back over to is this going to be another situation where you tell me to buy COD on PS3 and then I do, and then you abandon me? I mean PS4, and you abandon me?
No,
I think it is. So let me just go through the features real quick, and then we quick take and get off this topic. So new story campaign and quests. Whoop-de-doo. There's only like 5 of them, so good for you, Bungie, Activision. New armor and gear, new weapons. I guess that Iron Gallahorn thing is only a skin that you get. You actually need to get the real Gallahorn. Wow, way to advertise that properly. You get a new raid, which I heard the raid was really good. I can't knock that. Or not the raid, the strike, the new strike. The raid isn't out yet, right? The raid comes out like in 2 weeks or something.
tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow! Wow. Strike I heard was really good. The new one. The new Crucible mode that's essentially kill confirmed. I heard that was pretty good. Maximum level, light level increase, that kind of thing. But yeah. So anybody have any quick takes on this before we move on? Because I know no one here plays Destiny. Nope. No one.
Clown should buy it.
But why do you want him to buy it then? If you have no takes on it, you don't even like it. You claim you don't like it anymore.
I don't know.
Because you're
Well,
literally.
I could tell you why. Because he wants to play it with Dakota and that one kid who like dunks the basketballs. I don't remember his name.
What?
Oh,
Dunks the basketball.
The one that when we played the raid that one time was really loud, and he's like going for the hoop in that one raid. Yeah, see?
Yeah.
That's exactly why he wants us to get it. See, look at his face. Right there. That's like the money shot moment.
Heretic Zombie in the Twitch chat says, Destiny Bletch. Yeah, we're going to get off that. Don't worry. So, Assassin, yeah, you're bipolar when it comes to Destiny. Like, 1 second you're loving it. Like, you can't get off it.
Yeah, and then I hate it.
You know who else was like that?
It.
His name began with a K. I think him and Assassin got something common.
We should get back in touch with them. See if you guys can play Rise of Iron together. What do you think?
Absolutely not.
Oh no!
You and that Delta squad of his, right?
Yeah, exactly. All right, screw Destiny.
Call of Duty Ghost.
Dude, according to your friends, Ghost is the best one in the franchise. All right, moving off that topic, let's go to another one that I think people don't have a ton to say. I'm not sure if anyone played it other than Assassin here, because I didn't play it. I only played the game at E3, but I did not play the closed alpha for For Honor that just came out last week.
Oh, man.
So, Clowns, you played it too?
Oh, yeah, we both played that thing. Let me just tell you, it starts out really epic. It sounds really cool when it starts. And it just is a big letdown after that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, see, I didn't play the multiplayer. I didn't play the PvP, so I can't really say how this alpha translated, how it changed at all, or any of that. But Assassin, I knew you were telling me that the PvP is kind of on the weaker side.
Awful, god awful.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, why do you say it's awful? Don't just come out and say it's god awful. Just
well, okay, so when you come, because I've been playing the 4v4 domination, whatever it's called. It's not called domination. I don't understand why they don't call it that. But like someone will come at you, or two people. If two enemies come after you, you might as well just run, because you're not going to win. Because all people do is move like the joysticks in like a circle and just spam the right bumper, the right trigger, and it's hard to block it. And then you're like kind of stunned, not really stunned, but you can't, obviously block it, so you're getting attacked and you die instantly. And if you actually have the chance to get a hit, almost kill them, they run like a little bitch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've got to tweak the movement. I definitely got that from E3 too. Like, the movement definitely needs to be improved in some way, because if you can just get in, if you can just get away that easily, you shouldn't be able to just run away. And then, and also first hit shouldn't determine who wins the battle every time. You should be able to counter that stuff.
There's a bigger problem with that game. It's like when you go into one of the public lobbies and you play with randoms, it's like nobody works together and everybody's off trying to get their own points and kills, and next thing you know, you got like a squad of enemies up on you, slicing you to death, and there's your teammates rolling on by trying to get that capture point. Oh, hey, see you, didn't see you there. Bye.
Mm-hmm. Wow. What a mess. And these games that people don't know too much about, when they release these alphas, these public tests that you're able to stream and talk about, I mean, there's no, obviously, we're talking about it, there's no, NDA or anything like that. When you do something like that, it needs to be polished, or you're going to get negative publicity, which really sucks. And, I think the idea, the game, is very positive. I was really into it, and I still am into it, but I feel like they got to fix so many things before they come out with this thing, or else it's just gonna be DOA. Even though it's an awesome new take on some sort of multiplayer genre. A lot of people play MOBAs or they play FPS when it comes to multiplayer, and this is like this is on the other spectrum, on its own like little path, and I really am digging the idea, but the execution is just a mess. Couple things from the chat before we get to more opinions here. Sovsky117 says, I heard For Honor has a steep learning curve. And Heretic Zombie says, For Honor looks good but plays terribly.
Yeah.
So, Assassin,
yeah.
I mean, I think you played it the most, so would you agree with what Sovsky said in the YouTube chat, that the learning curve is just steep, or is it just to the point where it's just broken in some capacity?
Well, I think it's a little broken. When I played, a lot of people are the samurai, I guess, the guy that had the less armor, and I mean, he hit you once. Not just one hit would kill me, but he would come up with more attacks, and you couldn't just block them because you can't predict where stance he's taking, because it's all over the place.
Off because you finally just finished your 2-hour meeting.
Oh, who is that out there?
For San Antonio, and found out that nothing is done. Yet there's tons of other stuff that can be done.
Oh, we're getting a surprise guest. It
all
sounds
swamped
like.
and overwhelmed. And so Dave gave her like.
Wait, can you guys hear me? So.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, we
What?
can hear you.
I can hear, and I can
Why
hear
is it not muted?
somebody over there.
Is it muted now?
Nope.
What? You gave me a cord that doesn't work. Good job.
You could mute it on
yeah, just
Skype.
mute it on Skype if you have to.
Computers, because you don't have the adapter that connects into audio video.
Ooh.
You're stupid. Next time, make it work.
Give me something that makes it work.
It does work, just not on the computer.
This is relationships 101 for everybody that's listening.
I hate this.
This will be in our bloopers episode, everybody.
Or you
Or you know what? Magic.
They can probably still hear you through the computer.
Yeah,
all right. Anyway.
Seriously?
Yeah.
This
All
is
right.
stupid.
Yeah, we can still hear you. Yeah.
I told you, it's not a PC headset because you don't have the adapter for the PC.
I hate you.
That's why
Just
you
go
have to use
just
the
go
exact
on
phone
Skype
you
and hit the
Go buy your car.
Shut up.
Tell me what to do.
He's buying a car.
Yeah,
Nice.
you're fired.
Sobsky wants to know: is For Honor multiplayer only? Or does it have campaign? No, it has campaign.
Megan wrote, fight.
Nice. So she's watching. Oh yeah, look at that. What's up, Megan? So yeah, Taylor, did you play this at all, or do you have any interest in For Honor at all?
I do have some interest in it. I don't like playing alpha and beta versions of games because it'll completely ruin it for me. I'd rather just wait until it's completely out and it's finished.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like a lot of people should.
The one that's like the only one that I'll actually play before.
I feel like a lot of people are starting to feel like that because they're getting so disappointed in a lot of the stuff that's coming out, and they're like, even though they know it's not final gameplay, they still play it and they're like, oh well, this isn't quite what I thought it was going to be, and then they second guess their buying decision when they shouldn't yet because they don't know everything. So I don't know. I mean, this isn't alpha, so alpha comes before beta, which comes before release. So I mean, it could improve. It could definitely improve. All right. Any more about For Honor? I didn't play the alpha, unfortunately.
Oh, one last thing.
Yes.
If you seen any trailers, you're like, oh, Vikings versus Samurais versus Knights.
Yeah.
Multiplayer that don't listen to the trailers. You could be Samurais with Vikings and Knights all at once. Very annoying.
Yeah, that doesn't feel right to me.
And you fight armies of squadrons of people. It's not like you get these epic one-on-one battles. You get like 2 or 3 that by enemies. So.
Right. See, I thought it would be a nice mix of like Dynasty Warriors versus like Rise, Son of Rome multiplayer or something like that. Like I just had that in my mind, and it just is not executed like that at all. And I don't know, the E3 demo, the AI people that Clown's just talking about, like they were too easy to take down. I don't know. Was it the same in the Alpha Assassin?
Yeah, hit them once and they're gone.
Yeah. So. Let me see. Heretic Zombie says, being a beta tester, I've noticed that not too much changes from beta to full release, sadly. Yeah, that's interesting because like some games I feel like there's a huge difference. In some games, it's like the same exact thing. Like a month later, you get the same exact thing essentially. So, I don't know. What are we talking about when we in YouTube chat? They need to introduce a stamina meter and make it a lot more fun. Says Martin.
Yeah. Kind of like Dark Souls.
Yeah, like Dark Souls, exactly. All right, any more about For Honor?
No.
Hell is like slamming a keyboard over there. Jesus.
It's sensitive mic. I can't help it.
All right, For Honor we're done with. Let us know if you guys liked the For Honor Alpha. Let us know on Twitter. We definitely want to know what people think because I think the opinions are going to be so different on this, and I don't think if they release anything close to what has been played already, it's just going to be forgotten. I think people are just going to get over it, but let us know what you guys think, for sure. All right, what next, Assassin? Let's get to something that you know quite a bit about that I think you can explain pretty well. And that will be the Battlefront Death Star DLC that everyone's been waiting for. When it got announced, we were talking about it. It feels like forever ago at this point that it was announced. And
I want to interject here. It seems like not a lot of people are playing it, just the same people playing it. Every time I get into a lobby, it's usually the same people.
Really? So nobody new?
Yeah, I don't see a lot of new people on it.
Well, then again, Assassin, it's only up for season pass people, right?
Yep, for 2 weeks.
So 2-week exclusivity for the season pass people. So that may have something to do with why the same old people are playing because, it's people with the season pass.
It scares me though because you'd figure more people have the season pass on that game. It's so good.
Nice. Well, I don't know. You think people with the season pass have already abandoned it?
Yeah. Put it this way: there's more people on Rise of Iron than there is on Battlefront.
Wow.
I don't know if that's
That's-
true.
that's
Maybe
probably
just the
true. No,
Death Star DLC. Maybe, yeah.
No, that probably is true, actually.
There's
Destiny?
more people in the For Honor beta too.
No.
Well, that is closed, so there's no one on there.
All right, Assassin. Well, tell us about this, like kind of what's included, and then we can get your opinions afterwards. Since I know you've been playing a lot of it, you streamed it on the Four Guys channel on Twitch. So, tell us like the big things that are included first, and then we'll get to opinion.
So the Death Star DLC comes with 5 maps, 2 outdoor, 3 indoor. Comes with 2 heroes that are actually pretty good. 2 star cards, 2 weapons, 2 new hero vehicles, and that's pretty much it. Now, I love Star Wars Battlefront, but this DLC is the biggest letdown I have ever seen in a Star Wars game.
Assassin, how can you say that?
Ever.
You're a huge Star Wars fan. This brings all the Star Wars people into.
He's not, dude. He doesn't know who plays Chewbacca.
Come on, Assassin. I thought you were. I thought you were a Star Wars. Anyway, so yeah, like big fans like yourself, this is finally what everyone wanted. They wanted to do, the Death Star attack kind of thing, and you're telling me it doesn't feel satisfying to do that on this map, 3 stages, and
the first like 5 matches or so was very satisfying. When I blew up the Death Star without dying from the beginning of the trench run to the end was like so amazing. I can't describe the feeling. It was like, I don't know, like a kid opening presents on Christmas.
Dude, him and Zaz high-fived across the internet.
Yeah,
they probably did. I mean, you guys are the only people I know that are like diehards into it, though. But that's why I kind of expected you to be positive on this.
Yeah, it's kind of boring, and a lot of stuff needs to be redone. Like the first step, attacking the Star Destroyer, that's fine. It's whatever. It feels a lot like Fire Squadron, which gets a little boring after a while. But the second step, the Rebels have to go take R2-D2, which then you can pilot and then bring it all the way back to the hangar. But I've had so many matches where some idiot gets an R2-D2, spins in a circle, can't move R2-D2 for I don't know any reason. We lose because of it, or the person with R2-D2 brings it all the way to the Stormtrooper's side, so he cannot get it because it's basically out of bounds.
Okay, but once the R2 unit gets over to this quote-unquote out of bounds, like what happens?
Nothing.
just
The match
stuck?
still goes on. Yeah, because you have to go and hold X, which takes like a few seconds. So if by the time you kill a bunch of Stormtroopers and actually get there, 6 Stormtroopers probably spawned like an inch from you.
Really? Wow, that's not good. They need to tweak that before it releases to everyone.
Yep, and then there's a problem where if someone goes into R2-D2 and then gets knocked out of it, the spawns flip, so basically you're spawning right next to R2-D2, but you only spawn out of one room that is very small, that has a long hallway, so everyone's getting stuck on each other, trying to hit them, and all these Stormtroopers have like 6 areas to look, and they're just sitting there and we can't get out.
Right.
And then on top of that, it's all like corridors, obviously, because it's a Death Star, and small rooms, so everyone's using grenades, and it's just like if you played Operation Metro or Operation Locker, 64 players on Battlefield 4, it's like that, just grenades.
Wow. See, when I was watching you stream and I saw, the fighter squadron section of the first section there, I thought it looked amazing. Like I thought the graphics looked good. I thought it fulfilled my, Star Wars geekdom. I liked what I saw from that. But it sucks to hear that, as it goes on, it just gets weaker.
Yeah, and then the third part, when you're doing the trench run, I've had matches where someone's Luke, in his Red 5 X-Wing, and he's the person who needs to do the trench run because it cycles, 3 people, if they die, then 3 people do it. He was the one who did it, everyone else died, and he was just going in a circle. Spent 8 minutes going in a circle, and we lost.
Wow. See, that's essentially the problem. People don't play objective enough in these kinds of games. Like, that's so irritating. You get in a match, get that far, like stage 3, of the 3-staged map here. And then you get people just like spinning around in circles, not going after what they have to get after to win the game for everyone. Like you have no control over it, essentially, right? Is what you're saying?
Yep, basically. Someone's, kill them. Same thing with the X-Men. You can't just kill them because ship ramming is gone.
Right. Right.
And then there's a lot of people are upset because a lot of people don't really like the flying part. Like they like just being on the ground, to have that option to fly.
Yeah.
And it's basically, if you're the rebels, if you lose, you have a flying part, and then the Empire goes, and then let's just say to get to the third part, so that's another 2 flying, and then then you could have Fire Squadron, and then you go back, you could have like 4 stupid flying crap like in a row, and no one wants that.
Mm-hmm.
And then the only other game mode is Blast, which is TDM. That's
Right.
it. Only
Right.
3 game modes.
Right. And then how much is the DLC normally if you're not a season pass person? Like 15 probably?
Yep, $15.
Yeah, man, I don't know. I don't think I really want it, but I'm not going to buy the season pass at this point.
I'm gonna say that I played the DLC with Assassin and Zaz, and I liked it actually a lot. I'm really surprised.
But you also played it when it was like super brand new. No one knew what they were doing. You got a bunch of idiots like looking at floors and walls like, ooh, pretty. And then now you got everyone knowing what they're doing. And
that's no different than Call of Duty, right? I mean,
yes.
same
And
when
then,
everybody's new, they suck, and then
Yeah.
they get, they start playing for a while, then they get good, and they snipe you, they corner camp you, or they just camp out in a spot as a team. I mean, it's really no different when it comes to that with Star Wars, but I gotta say, though, I really like this. I like the way they did the squadron fights, the Death Star. I thought that was really cool. The only thing I get bored of is the second part of the mission where you're in, I don't know, Assassin, describe what you're in for me again real quick.
The Death Star?
Yeah, you're in the Death Star, and it looks the same all the time. Like, they don't really change it up that much. So.
Well, I mean, it is the Death Star. It's not
Yeah,
like
but the
you
Death
could
Star
get
is supposed to be...
Tatooine,
Death Star is supposed to be huge, but in this thing, there's like 5 rooms and that's it. So it's like you're in a Barbie doll house compared to the Death Star.
Right. Yep. I mean, that's essentially the complaint about that section of the map. I've heard a lot of that on Reddit, and they could have just done so much more with that part. I definitely don't know why. Like, the first section is so detailed and there's so much area you can cover in the planes, and then you get to that section, it's just like, why am I in a Barbie dollhouse, as clowns would call it?
Yeah.
Real quick, I want to get to this in the YouTube chat because I know Assassin has something to say about this. Vault Boy 101 said, "Don't forget that the hero coins spawn in the wall."
Oh my god, yeah. Especially in the first part. Oh my god. It is so annoying to see that hero coin. It's like teasing you. You're like, I'm gonna get it. You get it and die.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and there's something that Assassin forgot to tell everybody that's watching right now, Inferno, about this new DLC. He went to pick a character, a hero character, and he got like Lando. So.
Oh yeah, I went to pick Chewbacca and Lando came out. I'm like,
oh, glitches, man. Jesus, dude. Battlefront is just doomed.
And he's like, and then I died right away because I got the wrong character.
yeah, Lando kind of sucks.
Taylor, any thoughts on this? I know you're not necessarily a Battlefront person, but you see anything about this at all?
No.
Yeah, that's what I feel like. I feel like that's like the consensus amongst most people. This was like a big deal, though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this was the DLC for a Star Wars game, what everyone wanted. And then, like, Battlefront is just so lost on people these days. It's just like, Death Star, no big deal. One of the most iconic moments in Star Wars history. Yeah, whatever. Oh, that sucks. All right, Assassin, anything more to say about this? We've been showing some video gameplay of one of your better matches yesterday. Anything else to say about it? Are you gonna stick with it, or I know you essentially said you're already kind of over it, but gonna go back to it, or what do you think?
I'll probably go back to it. They are taking a lot of feedback from people, like they are adding a bunch of game modes, so hopefully they can add some of the older DLC game modes that will let me get back into it. But I mean, it's just grenade spam. It's just not that fun.
Interesting. Xbox Gen Next over in the YouTube chat says, "Hey, maybe it'll be in the EA Vault soon." I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. Like I know
Probably
it's okay.
after Rogue One Scarif DLC.
Like after that last one.
Yeah, because that one, because the movie, it's supposed to launch right along with the movie in December. So if they put it in the vault, I mean, that's a lot of money they could.
You can lose, yeah, exactly. Yep, good point. So who knows? January, wouldn't be surprised if it comes in the vault. Sparks a lot more interest in it, and then people are gonna play it and just get over it. I feel. I mean, it's just why are they putting out another Battlefront so soon? They've already announced the other one. They've already essentially said they've learned from the failures of this one. They've already, kind of admitted that it was a little bit of a bust, even though it sold a lot of copies. Quality wise, people have a bad taste in their mouth, metaphorically speaking, of course. Family Dogs in the Twitch chat says Hardline went to the vault quick.
Yeah.
We'll see. When it comes to this, though, I think it's Disney's contract.
Yes.
Yeah, I think Disney holds on to their IPs like Nintendo, so it's got to be doing really bad for Disney to want to throw it in the vault.
Yeah. Yep. So that's like same thing with Respawn, right? Everyone was bitching about Titanfall 2 not going to EA Access discount, not going to the vault, not going for the trial and stuff. So it's the third party, negotiations that are keeping these things from happening. It's not necessarily EA's baby. They're essentially a publisher in this situation. It's not like Battlefield where, they have some sort of investment, not necessarily making the game, but some sort of investment in it. So, all right, I think that's it for Battlefront. Sassy, I'm sorry that you're not happy with it. Kind of feel bad.
Yeah.
I really feel bad. I really feel bad when the Star Wars people aren't into it, because I know this was the one that everyone was waiting for, and then it comes and it's just, great.
Yep.
No one's even interested.
Yawn.
All right, I will let Taylor pick the next topic here, because I'm going to give food. Should we talk about ReCore next, or should we talk about what else do we have? Bioshock.
I don't know. I haven't played either because I've been broke the past 2 weeks.
All right, let's go to ReCore, because I think that's like more buzzworthy. Has Achievement Hunter been streaming any ReCore at all?
Not that I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
But Cameron's been playing it.
Oh, what has he been telling you about it? Anything good?
He loves the game. He's in love with it. I'm getting it tonight because I finally have some money.
Nice. There you go. That's a good streaming game, by the way, to get your channel boosted a little bit. Little plug right there, shameless plug. Twitch, Zebra Fries on Twitch. Go watch her. Are you gonna be streaming this weekend, you think?
I don't know. I might go to California, but I might not. It's a whole thing. I might go, but I probably won't.
Yeah.
So I might be streaming. But there's a
Nice.
Smite thing going on.
Ooh. Some new Smite things going on, right?
Yeah, there's a tournament this weekend.
Ooh, you gonna play in a Smite tournament? That's exciting. Are you gonna play in it, or are you gonna not? I don't know how those tournaments work. Do they open up to a lot of people?
Well, this is like a different thing because they came out with a new type of game mode where it's not PvP. It's you have your team and you're going against like AIs pretty much.
Yep.
And you're doing like a bunch of different rounds. There's one that it's like you go against 2 gods and like a bull demon king, which is like you get like a boost when you kill it in normal game modes. And then there's one where you're just fighting like a bunch of different gods, and then you fight like a bunch of minions and towers and stuff.
Nice.
So that'll be fun.
That sounds cool. It's nice that they're introducing some new stuff into that, because for me, like, that's why I can't really get into MOBAs. It's because like I'm so like I get so bored of doing the same thing over and over. But yeah, it's nice to add something different, new and fresh to that game. It's been out a while, and it's nice to see that it's still like supported in a way that's actually meaningful and not just like a new skin or a new god or something like that. So
Hmm.
nice. Anyway, back to ReCore real quick. So Cameron says he likes it. Assassin and Clowns, I know you guys just got it today. Does it deserve a 63 Metascore?
No, it deserves higher than that.
Yeah, that's what I think too. I mean, I bought it not quite on launch day, but the next day I bought it. I've been playing it mostly on PC. I played it a little bit on my Xbox One. I think the game's great. I like the movement. The platforming is excellent. The controls are great. Not good, but great. I love how responsive the controls are. The movement feels very solid. I like how the platforming is challenging, but the movement, it's not like a game where you can't get by a platforming situation because the movement holds you back. It's not like, oh, I pressed forward and it didn't go forward. Shit. It is like genuinely challenging. How far have you guys gotten in it so far?
I think we basically got past the tutorial area, like the first boss, the
Yeah.
Pylon 512 or whatever it's called.
Yep. So yeah, I kind of have a weird slide for this one. I didn't want it to like seem like we're just reviewing the game. I want to kind of like talk about it in regards to the Metascore, because the Metascore is so damn low, and this was one of the big IPs that they've been pumping at E3 for the past couple of years. Not a lot of people knew what this was about, and kind of all the details like spilled out like a week before release, and people started getting into it, and then the game comes out plagued by really, really bad load times on the Xbox One S. Graphically, it's not one of the best games out there, but the gameplay is fun, and it's a decently long game for a $40 title. But so yeah, like I don't know what maybe you guys so far, like what's your favorite part of it? Like what do you like best about ReCore that makes it better than 63 Metacritic?
Platforming. Sorry, Clance.
No, that's fine. There's a lot of pros to this game that I actually liked, because I thought I wasn't going to like ReCore. Like, I thought this was going to be one game that I wasn't going to be a fan of, but I actually love the voice acting in this game. I think it's phenomenal. I like the musical score. I think it fits perfect with this game. I like the fact that, to me, it kind of reminds me of like a Borderlands feel, but you're in the desert. It really does. I thought that was awesome. Yeah, I mean, the futuristic aspect and the caves, the dunes, the dungeons, all great.
Assassin, you said the platforming was your thing?
Yep. The platforming was it's a nice change of pace from like first person or whatever game.
Yeah, no, it is. So go ahead. Go ahead, bud. Go ahead.
And for some reason, I'm getting a weird Rey from The Force Awakens feeling from.
Yes. No, definitely.
Person.
Definitely. And that's a good thing.
Yeah, for sure.
It's definitely a good thing. Chicken Spaghetti in the YouTube chat says, I'm 25 hours into ReCore. Super great. Love the way it looks. Yeah, I mean, me too. I on PC, it looks amazing. So, I mean, I can't complain about that. On Xbox One, I don't think it looks so bad that people should be complaining about it. I mean, it doesn't look great, but it looks good. But yeah, I'm liking it. I don't think it deserves a 63 Metacritic. Do you think that, the developers behind this game and Xbox in general should be worried that a big hitter is only getting a 63?
I think they banked on it too much. I'm going to be honest with you. Marketing-wise, I think they banked on it too much, and it didn't get the reception they wanted, partly because of the loading times, which are fixable, and they just did patch, but...
Exactly.
That was it. Another thing, too, that I don't understand is, like, for me, these games feel like a 3D world kind of aspect, and I know a lot of people refer to them as platformers, but for me, platformers will always be the 2D
side-scrolling.
Yeah. I'll never consider a 3D game a platformer, and I think that's like a media misconception.
Yeah, no, that is tricky because like platforming as a genre has until like fairly recently has been exclusively 2D, and then look what happened when Mega Man went to like 3D. People shat all over it, and Mega Man's one of the biggest, platforming games of all time for sure.
You bring up another good point I want to raise is that I don't feel like this is like a Mega Man or a Metroid in any way whatsoever, and a lot of people compare it to it. and I don't understand that. Like, to me, it just doesn't feel like it.
Yeah.
I mean, this game is its own thing, and it's great.
Yeah, I feel like people jump too quickly to compare stuff to other stuff. It's like, oh, well, when they're describing the game, it's like, oh, what is ReCore like? You ask somebody, oh, what's ReCore like? And they're like, oh, well, it's a little bit of Metroid and a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And that's how people explain it, just because that's how people are familiar with games. But this is really its own thing. It has inspirations from so many different games that it really is its own. And the story is so unique that it's really its own thing. So I don't think it's fair to explain it in that way, to tell people that it's like this, it's like that, and in most instances it's wrong. Like the Mega Man inspiration, aside from having a blaster and
Robots?
the robots,
Yeah.
I think that's it. Like I really do. So, I mean that the robot that you start off with, the dog kind of robot. What?
Yeah.
Yeah, Smack. Yeah. So he's just like I guess you can compare him to whatever his name was, Rush or whatever from Mega Man. What was his name? I think his name was Rush, the dog that you get in Mega Man. But anyway, yeah, I don't think they should be worried because I think the game sold decently well. I don't know exactly yet. Obviously, we don't have the numbers exactly yet, but I think it sold decently well, and I think people sold this game short, to be honest with you. And I'd say that even if it was on the PlayStation 2. It's not like Xbox fanboyism. Like, for instance, the game Knack, right, on PlayStation 4, like, that got shat on, and I happen to like that game. And that had similar, like, platforming, battling mechanics. So, I mean, I don't know. I think a lot of people are worried that it's a 63 Metascore. I think a lot of people, I mean, do you guys agree with that? Do you guys agree that people put a lot of stock into the Metascore, and that's how they kind of figure if a game is good or not? They don't really try things as much anymore. What do you guys think?
I don't typically look at that. I look at my friends' opinions.
Mm-hmm.
I look for people who played the game.
Yeah, no, exactly. Obviously, you are getting it because, because of Cameron. So obviously, that had an influence. What happened here? You guys there?
I think so.
You froze a little bit. Yeah, you froze.
The Skype call lagged out for a second there. Damn you, Skype. So yeah, anything else about ReCore before we move on? I know that was kind of short for ReCore, and we didn't talk about it as much last week because we had the interview. But you guys looking forward to like finishing it, or you guys don't think you'll finish it?
I'll finish it.
Yeah, I'll finish it as long as if I don't get distracted by doing all the searching.
Right. Taylor, you gonna finish it, you think?
Yeah, it looks like an interesting game. If something can keep my attention, I'll finish it.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's difficult enough too. I think it's just difficult enough to make people interested and not too difficult that they are going to be turned away from it. That people aren't going to get so frustrated that they shove this one aside. I like that a lot of people in our chat have been making reference to how long it is and how much you can do, and even Assassin talking about how he can get lost in the map. There's a lot of places to experience and explore. So yeah. All right, ReCore is done. Just a couple more topics here. I know this one, Clowns is really wanting to say something about. The Bioshock Collections out. And apparently it's not really as great as people expected. I mean, the series as a whole, like all of the games have done really well on Metacritic score. Mid to upper 90s on all of them. So, they're really, really well-reviewed games. Even, real people like your friends that you should trust, say that these games are really, really good. I've never talked to somebody who said that, Bioshock is absolute shit. I've talked to people who say that they think it's just all right, but not people that say it's shit. That's what we're going to say? Sorry.
I was going to say, Clowns had some negative things, I think, a few months back about Bioshock 1.
About Bioshock 1. Yeah, maybe 1. Maybe Bioshock 1, yeah. But Infinite, like people, even to this day, people talk about Infinite like it's the next coming of Christ.
Oh man, Infinite. It's like the golden boy of Bioshock for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the Fallout of Bioshock for me.
And for a lot of people too, I think Infinite was like the perfect way to like kind of close and wrap that up for a lot of people. But anyway, Bioshock Collection, yeah, not doing so well. Like low 80s on Metacritic, which is weird because the series was in the mid to high 90s. So what happened to the game? It's essentially the same game. So,
We'll ask IGN that.
right, IGN for one gave it like what, an 8.2 when they gave all the other
Yeah.
games like 9.5 and higher.
Yeah, it's the same game, but oh well.
Yeah, so I kind of screenshot a few of the reviews that I read. If you're watching the video version of the podcast, and IGN said it's disappointing that neither Bioshock 2 nor Infinite have anything new at all, any new content at all. And then another review I read, I can't remember where I pulled this from. I think it might have been like GamesRadar.com or something like that. Said Bioshock 2 looks and plays like a lazy port, and Bioshock Infinite is only slightly better. So is that why the reviews are low? Like, is that acceptable to give a game a low review because it hasn't changed anything for a remaster? Like, what do you guys think?
I've been hearing the PC ports are just terrible.
Yeah, you can already like crank the video settings up. So I don't know what the remasters really did other than give you quote unquote DLC or whatever. But the console versions, obviously play way better than the 360 versions. Like Bioshock 1, I heard, is absolutely stunning now, compared to Bioshock 1 on Xbox 360, which makes sense because it's been like a decade.
It's there in 60 frames.
Yeah, and 60 FPS, so there's that. Heretic Zombie in the Twitch chat says, love it so far, better than most remasters out right now. So I'm not a huge Bioshock guy, but I know, they're out there. Assassin, I know you like them. Clowns, obviously you like them. Taylor, have you ever played Bioshock before?
Nope.
Why not?
I was broke.
You could get the game for like $2.
She was also super young when the first one came out. Think about it.
I just turned 19.
Yeah, she was pretty young, Assassin. You got to give her a pass on the first one. Maybe not Infinite, but the first two, you can get a pass.
Infinite, I was broke.
Yeah, exactly.
It was a game of gold.
Oh, that's true.
I couldn't afford gold.
Oh, damn it. That sucks. So yeah, I don't really know what else to say about the Bioshock collection. I kind of want to include it here because I know the Metascore was lower than the original games, which is really weird. But anyone else have anything to say about Bioshock?
No, I just think the reviewers got greedy and they wanted to see extra content, and this remaster wasn't for extra content. This remaster was for a graphical enhancement, and I think they did their job, what they set out to do. I think the scores are unfair for it. On the PC version, I have Bioshock 1 and 2. I bought them like on a humble bundle sale for like $2 each or something ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Got the remasters for free, and they go up from 5 gigs from the original ones up to 20 gigs for the remaster. So there's definitely a lot of graphical enhancements in that.
Right. So it wouldn't just bump in that size if there was nothing changed. So people out there saying nothing changed, you're wrong, damn it.
Nope.
All right. Anything else about Bioshock before we move on?
Nah.
No? All right. I got to step away from my computer for just 1 second, but I'm going to bring up the achievement rarity thing. Somebody take this away. Talk about it. Like 2 minutes. Someone? Anyone? All right. Achievement rarity. Go.
If you had a PS4, this is new to you. And, well, not new to you.
No, they had
actually.
the trophies.
Yeah,
they had the platinum and all that.
Well, the rarity of the PS4 had it. It basically is a percentage of how many people have the game. It's saying, I don't know, 62% of these people, everyone has these achievements, and I don't know why they need it. It seems like a stupid addition to me. I kind of care less of how many people have the achievement.
No, see, what you got to do is you got to compare your achievements to Assassin. When you have that like 1% and he doesn't have it, send him a Xbox message like, "Ha, I got this and you don't." Ha ha ha. That's
No,
what you got to do.
no,
Absolutely. And
no.
yeah, and like share the achievement with him too, so he could see it and he could dream about it and he could dwell on it. That's what you need to do. You do that,
No,
and you let me know. I'll give you a shout out
no. Just no.
on Twitter, on Twitch, and everywhere. I'll give you a shout out.
Don't listen to Clem.
Listen to
He's
class.
lying. He's lying.
Absolutely. Listen to me.
No, don't.
But
I'm gonna
Assassin,
find.
I mean, when you play Forza Horizon 3, right?
Yeah.
And you see I got that like 1% achievement that you don't have. Isn't that awesome?
Is the achievement gonna crash into every single wall in Forza Horizon 3?
Hey, if that's in there, I'm
Forward,
gonna do it.
backward.
I'll crash in every single wall.
You
If
do
that's
that
the achievement.
anyways.
I try to throw you off course because you're a cheater.
How
But
am I a cheater?
this is what you do. You start up really fast, you slow down, you stop, you go to the side of the road, wait for me to pass, and then you try to knock me off course.
No.
Absolutely, every time you do. Yep.
What did I just come back to?
Assassin, I comparing 1% achievements and people sending him messages that he doesn't have achievements of 1%. And that's what everybody's going to do. All our fans.
No.
Do people like care about achievement rarity though? You think that's a big
Apparently
thing?
Clowns does.
It worked on PS4. I mean, look how huge it is on PS4. The
Yeah,
platinums.
that's true. That's true. The platinum trophies and stuff.
Obviously, though,
have
for
no
Xbox
idea.
to do this, Mikey Bear really wanted it. So,
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely,
Or
absolutely.
Yeah.
Thorn.
Or Randall Thor 19. Yeah, he's a huge fan of it. Don't even get him started on it. On TXR, there's a huge like debate on whether or not this was a good thing and whether it's executed properly. And two of the biggest like quote unquote achievement hunters are on that show with Macca and Randall Thor 19. But like for me personally, like I care about achievements, getting them, but I couldn't give two shits about the rarity. Like I don't want the
Yep.
pop up down the bottom to change or anything like that. Like apparently they're going to, because I get a rare achievement, quote unquote. I don't like that. I think all the achievements should be like kind of. I mean, yeah, you obviously know that beating the tutorial is a little easier than like beating the game on insane difficulty or whatnot. But I don't think that like you should see a pop up for beating the game insane difficulty. You should get like a ringing friggin' ringtone because you did that versus, getting a 10-pointer for completing the tutorial. I think it should all be the same. I don't know. Taylor, did you say anything while I was gone about this or?
I haven't even heard about this.
Oh yeah, dude, rarity. Yeah, I mean, so the picture we're showing, right, is it says like 3% of gamers unlock this. So if it's like I don't know what percentage it is, but like let's just say hypothetically that under like 5%, you may get like a different pop-up on the bottom that like congratulates you for getting an achievement that only like 5% of the people have or something like that.
Stupid.
I don't like it personally. I mean, the way it looks on this screenshot, like that it's not right in your face. It still like shows the achievement. It shows like what you did when you unlocked it, and then it shows, okay, well, 3% of gamers unlocked it. I like that fact that it's not like right up in your face like PlayStation does it. Like PlayStation is all about like you beating other people to the punch. Like I feel like that's very in your face, but this is not as much in your face.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like if it's gonna chime a different chime and show a different pop-up on the bottom because I got a rare one, that is exactly opposite of what I just said. It's gonna be very much in your face. So I don't know. I feel like the rare achievements like people already inherently know. They don't need to be told. That's, you know what I mean? Like people know like some of the hardest achievements, right? Like what's the one from Gears? I'm drawing a blank now, Assassin.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. You have to get like every medal. You have to get like 1 billion kills.
Yeah,
in that one.
seriously or something. Seriously 3.0.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, like those you obviously know. Those are hard achievements. Not a lot of people have them. Like I don't see the point of. I don't see why it's a big deal to have it show the percentage so much. Like I understand why some people want it, but like I don't want it to be, the focus of achievements anymore. Like starting now, I want it to be the focus of achievements still to get them, not necessarily that I got a rare one or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let me go to the YouTube chat and see what people are saying.
Heretic said seriously 2.0.
Oh, yep, Heretic. Yep, that was it. Seriously, 2.0, 3.0, and now 4.0 coming up in years. So
Are you
exactly
gonna go for that one?
4.0.
Yeah.
Hell no. I mean, we haven't talked about it on the show, but I'm pretty sure the requirements are absolutely ridiculous. You have to like 10 times prestige or something like that, right? And get like
Yeah,
every
I think
ribbon,
so.
every. Oh my god, dude! The multiplayer one alone is gonna keep me away from it. Let me go to the YouTube chat real quick. J3 says not really into achievements or trophies. Just let me play the game. Drop D Unchanged says Taylor seems so enthusiastic about Achievements Edition. Are you an achievement girl? Like, are you happy to get achievements, or is
Yeah,
that?
I like every time I get an achievement, I scream achievement. Like I'll be in the middle of the match and I'll get like an achievement and I'll just scream it.
See, and that's where the fun should be. Like, the fun should be in getting it, not like, oh, like what would you do if you got like one of the rare ones? Be like, oh, achievement, 5% of the people don't have it. Haha, like you all suck. Like,
I mean, I mostly yell it just to annoy everyone in the party. So I'll probably start saying that stuff just to annoy everyone.
damn you, Taylor. No, but that really is like what I see happening. Like if I'm in a party and someone like gets a rare achievement somehow and like tries to rub it in my face, I'm gonna boot that bitch out of my party. Like, oh my god, like I can just imagine being like the first person to get to be like, what is this diamond about? Because there's like a little diamond symbol now next to it. What is this diamond about? They go into it, they're like, oh my god, only 3% of people have it. You guys have that one? Oh, you don't? Oh wow, so much better than you at the game, and like they all go nuts about it.
Like I just scream pretty much whatever's there. Like it's mostly achievement that I scream, and then I'll just read off everything else. So that just gives me more to read.
Like achievement, beat the boss on hard, booyah, bitches! Like, yeah. So, anything more about this? I mean, really a quick thing I just wanted to throw in. This kind of like broke earlier today, right? When did this go live, clowns? You kind of sent this to me at like what, noonish?
Yeah, I think Randall Thor retweeted Mikey Bear's tweet, and that's how I saw it, like 3 hours prior to that.
Gotcha. Yeah, so big changes coming to Xbox. This is one of them. So Heretic Zombie asked a question in the Twitch chat that I kind of wanted to get to that has to do with Xbox changes. He wants to know, what do you guys think about clubs? So I'm not in any. I don't have the preview update, so I'm not in any clubs right now. But I know of them, so I can give an opinion. But I want to let the people that actually are in clubs on the panel talk first. So Assassin and Clowns, you guys are in clubs, right?
Yep, a few of them.
And what is it? What the deal is like? What, you can only be in 10 clubs max, 10 private clubs or something like that.
I think you can create 10 private. It gives you a limit of how many you can create, but I don't think they give you a limit of how many you can join.
I joined 5, and it tells me I can't join anymore.
Really? Wow. Yeah, I knew there was. I was pretty sure there was a limit, but I couldn't remember what it was.
Because I'm in the awesome clubs like TXR Podcast, Crossfire, Xbox Ambassadors, Four Guys with Quarters, and then one other one I can't remember. But yeah, so I'm like, that's all I can join.
Join those clubs, people. Join our club, for sure.
Yeah.
Bassin, what is the name of our club? Go ahead and put it out there.
Four Guys with Quarters, but 4 is spelled out.
Join that, people. If you're in preview and when it comes out of preview, join it. Join it up. So, Taylor, you know what clubs are on Xbox?
I've heard about them. I never looked into them.
Yeah, so like you'll be able to join clubs now, and like people will be able to like put out, if you're in a club, people will, like whoever's playing a game will be able to put out an invite to like the entire club to like get people to play with them, and you can see what
Gotcha.
everyone's playing. And can you chat in the clubs?
There's an activity feed which I guess you could chat.
Okay, all right. So yeah, you can post like events and stuff in the activity feed. Like I'll be streaming here, like come check it out, or
Yeah.
you know, I'm probably gonna be playing Rise of Iron, or you know, whatever, Travels of Osiris, whatever, at this time. Come join me, that kind of thing.
And it has it on looking for group.
Yeah, looking for group, exactly. So yeah, I think clubs are great. Heretic Zombie, I think they're really good. I love that was added. Hopefully, it's not. You know, I hope it doesn't turn into people looking for games with people, and then when you join, they tell you to go away, because that's what happened to me on PlayStation, which really sucked. Got into an awesome, or what I perceived to be an awesome, Rainbow Six club, or community rather, on PlayStation. And I joined someone's game that they were like, "Oh, we're looking for a couple. Come join Rainbow Six party." And I joined, and they were like, "Ferno, leave," or Fernie, because my name's Fernie on there. Fernie217, leave now, or we will kick you. I'm just like, dude, you're just advertising that you wanted a game with people, and now I join, and you don't want me in here. So I'm afraid that's gonna happen on Xbox. I really hope it doesn't.
Time will tell.
Time will tell. Heretic Zombie says, looking for group functions amazing for achievement hunting. So why is that? I don't understand why that is. Just in terms of multiplayer achievements? Why would he be saying that, Assassin?
You know, you need people that you could join a club. There's people doing the same thing. Boom, got achievements.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, that's a good point.
I bet it'd be great for GTA Heist.
Yeah.
Yes,
There you
yes.
go.
Yeah.
Give it to your cousin, Kyle.
Yep, give it a
Yeah,
Kyle.
he always drops out on us.
Yeah.
Kid is a goon. I think that's it for achievement rarity. And last but not least, I think this week, just kind of real quick. So the Battlefield changes came out, and you know, there was a little beta a couple weeks ago. When did that beta end? Like 2 weeks ago?
God.
I think it was like the 13th.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So probably like a little over a week ago it ended. So they're taking all the suggestions, they're reading them. That people have been reporting, you know, bugs and gameplay changes that people want. And they've been changing shit. So essentially, they've talked about all the modes and maps that are going to be out, and they talked about what they've quote unquote learned. Their post, actually, if you go to battlefield.com, there's a news article, and the title is "What We Learned from the Battlefield 1 Open Beta." So to me, that already says, okay, like they're humble. They know that their shit may be broken, and we want to learn things from the community and how to make this better. So I respect them for that, just right off the bat, titling the article like that. But second of all, they've done a lot of changing, and you know, the stuff that they've announced so far that they've already confirmed is going to change is stuff like, you know, making it so the horses actually die, because you could put a full clip in a horse in the beta and it wouldn't die. Which is ridiculous, because the horses should be more vulnerable than the people, in my opinion.
But horse lives matter.
Horse lives do matter. Do you think that's why they did it?
Well,
No.
I'm gonna tell you though. I mean, like, it's kind of ridiculous how the horses could take more damage than a tank, and then, like, my tank flipped over because of a horse in my way.
Yes. Yes. There were a lot of videos about that. A lot of people, dude. Somebody man, if you go onto the Battlefield 1 subreddit, you may be able to find that GIF. Or maybe if you just search Google, somebody went head on into a horse with a light tank, and the tank blew up, and the horse just rode off into the sunset like nothing happened. Same thing with weed clowns, essentially, right? I mean,
I hope that wasn't a gif of
of you.
when I drove Assassin and me to our deaths by a horse. Yeah, the dude kind of like jumped off a horse and threw like some the dynamite on top of our tank, and tank flipped and we blew up. So yeah, that was the end of us.
Oh my
Assassin's like, were you driving, clowns? Nope, wasn't me. Later on, yeah, it was me.
Nice. See, like they're nerfing the horses, and the horses are gonna die more. But at the same time, the horses are so badass. I hope they don't nerf it to shit where the horses are just like totally vulnerable and not worth using. So I don't know. They didn't like talk about how much they're gonna nerf them, but they definitely said that the horses are gonna get some health decrease because it took too long to take them out. Same thing with the light tanks apparently. I thought the light tanks were okay to take out. I didn't think they were too bad. The heavy tanks I thought were a bitch.
Light tanks are overpowered because no one understands you need to be the assault class and use the rocket gun.
Right, yeah. See, dude, I remember playing with you, and you were like, oh, well, these are rocket gun. I was like, what? Remember? I was like, you couldn't take them out from... I'm like, you can't take these things out from range. They'll destroy you as soon as you get within, like, 50 meters. And you're like, well, you could use the rocket gun. I'm like, what are you talking about? And then I said...
The rocket gun destroys planes also.
Yes, and planes too. Yeah, exactly. But that's another thing. That's a good segue. Another thing that they're changing is that they're adding more weapons for taking out tanks. So if you're in infantry, you're going to have a lot more, a few more. Oh, I don't want to say a lot more because I don't actually know, but a few more options, including one for the support class that will take out tanks, heavy tanks, I guess. You'll be able to take them out in one shot. So. I don't know if it's going to be like a stronger C4 kind of thing or TNT or whatnot, but you're going to be able to take out heavy tanks more easily now as infantry units, which is good.
I mean, for all purposes, let's be honest here, those horses were stronger than the armored cars in Hardline.
Oh, yeah. No, I agree with you. I agree. They definitely needed a nerf. But I hope they didn't get nerfed to the point where, like, it almost makes you not want to ever use them again. Because they are badass. It's such a new... Like, everyone went crazy for the horse. You saw the horse in the trailer when the first trailers came out during the reveal, and you were just like, shit, can I ride that horse in multiplayer? No. Can I do that horse in multiplayer? And now it comes out... What?
A lot of their trailers, they had horses lurking in the background and shadows.
Yes.
Horses be lurking.
Horses be lurking. Well, now they're going to be lurking. You're going to be able to kill them for once. What else? A little bit of balancing stuff. Like the request for revive thing is gone, Assassin, right?
Thank God.
It's going to go back to the old icon that shows you when people need a revive on the battlefield if you're the medic. So you're not going to have to like press a button to actually request it. You'll be able to see everyone that needs one, and you'll be able to revive them if you so choose. Which is probably a good thing. I mean,
yeah.
That request for a revive thing was so stupid as hell because I'd be sitting there, being a battlefield person, I'd be sitting there and not know that I have to press that. It took me like at least a day to figure out that I have to legitimately press that or else I'm not going to be seen. I thought it was just like a call out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I didn't think that was the be all and end all of showing someone that you need a revive. Anyway, Taylor, I know, I'm sorry, you're totally not an FPS person, and a lot of these topics are FPS games tonight, but are you going to get into Battlefield at all, or is it just not, like, in your realm?
This one I will probably get into. This one looks really good.
I know when we talked before on the podcast, you were totally interested in, like, the era and maybe the campaign and stuff, but what about the multiplayer?
If I'm able to get the game, like, day one or something, and I won't be years behind everyone else.
Yeah.
So that's my problem with a lot of games is I get them way too late, and everyone is like 1,000 levels ahead of me, and I'm just like I can't do anything.
Yep. It's kind of like my thing with Destiny. Like I'm kind of interested in checking it out, even though I'm not a huge fan. But I know that, you know, level 40 and light level whatever 350 or whatever the hell the cap is now is just so far away, and it's gonna take so much time. So Assassin or Clowns, I know you guys pretty like extensively played it. Are you guys happy about the changes? Sad about the changes?
Definitely some good changes. Well, needed changes too.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say about the conquest thing. The score you get more score now from killing as well as capping and holding points. It's not just capturing points anymore. Kills actually do matter, so you can't just risk yourself like you were able to before. You have to be mindful of dying so much because you're giving the other team points. But yeah, so Assassin, I know you had something to say about that in party chat a couple days ago.
Yeah. I feel like these should be more open what they mean, because in the previous ones, when you respawned, you lost a ticket, because in the other ones, if you die, you can be revived, but, then they wouldn't remove anything, but they need to tell us, like, oh, if someone gets revived, will it remove a point from their side?
Mhm.
And then, you've seen it a lot in this game already, the snipers are going to be so more relevant, and people are just going to sit on the hills and
Yep.
snipe.
Because like the knock against the snipers, right, is that they're not playing objective like TFO, right?
Yeah.
But now killing is the objective. So
Yeah.
if you're a sniper out in the hills and you're able to grab 20 kills and get no deaths, that's very valuable because not only are you getting points for your team, but you're not giving points to the other team by dying so much. So that's, you're right about that. That's an excellent point that I didn't even think of.
And I wonder if matches are going to be shorter now, because before they would last like 30 to 40 minutes.
Yeah, I think that's
And
part
then
of it
now
too.
it's probably going to be cut in half.
Yeah, I think that's part of the changes too, to be honest with you, because like I know a lot of people are complaining about matches going to time limit instead of score limit, and then they lowered the score to kind of did they lower the score or extend the time? I think they lowered the score, right?
No, they removed the time.
Oh, they removed the time completely. Okay, yeah. So, then they did that to try to alleviate it, but I think that's not good either. I think they should leave the time, and
Well,
just
the problem with the time, the train or the dreadnought or whatever other things wouldn't come in, because it needs to be a certain gap between each other, and sometimes the train would come in, game over.
yeah, yep, that's true. I mean, I don't know. They're gonna have to tweak it a little bit. They've got another month to do so, so I'm not too worried about it. Like this was a huge hit. Most beta players, I think, in history, were in Battlefield 1. So,
And only 10% of those use the medic class.
well, now a lot more are gonna be using it now, right?
Hopefully, and the medic's the best class.
Yeah. I mean, maybe not in Conquest, but in other modes, I think a lot of people are going to use it more now because you can actually see who needs a friggin' revive.
Yeah.
But all right, anything else about Battlefield? I know the maps and modes were revealed / announced, but we'll get into that in some other point.
Yeah.
Carrier Pigeon, though, that looks pretty sick. If you guys want to look into those modes and maps, just go to the Battlefield 1 website on the news section. They talk a little bit about that. Some of those modes are good. I haven't looked too much into them yet, so I don't really know too many other than the Carrier Pigeon thing.
Well, they're all just basic TDM.
The same stuff, yeah, the same
Patch,
stuff.
Conquest, and then operations, which we already knew about.
Right. So the only real new one is the Carrier Pigeon, right?
Yeah.
Quote unquote new. All right. So Rand wants to hear my Avis story. I guess I will tell it at the end of the show. So last week I was in Colorado and Avis absolutely sucked, the big one. For anyone who doesn't follow me on Twitter, you definitely should, because you would have gotten all of these tweets of hate mail against Avis because they were so awful. And I can't believe how awesome Southwest Airlines was. I've never flown them before, or flown them, I should say. But their Wi-Fi wasn't too good, but everything else was incredible. So hats off to Southwest. But Avis, we finally touched down in Denver, Colorado, and we get to Avis, and there's a 3-hour wait to get a friggin' rental car. So I was in line for 3 hours to get my rental car. And if you go to my Twitter and scroll down my feed a little bit, you'll see the pics that I was taking of people in line. The line was out the door, zigzagging inside, all this crazy shit. People are like ready to riot because they're telling us that they finally told us that they run out of cars and that the only cars they have left are like 12 passenger vans. So people were gonna be like driving around friggin' school buses and shit. Like it was absolutely nuts. And so my girlfriend goes up to the counter and they're like, "Oh, all we have is a 10 passenger van." My girlfriend's like, She's like, "That's not gonna do." It's like, I reserved this car and I waited in line for 3 hours. There's no way that I'm not getting this damn car. And they went out in the lot and found us the last like sedan economy class car.
Wow.
So yeah. So but everyone else behind me, there were like 100 people in line. They were gonna be in line for like 2 more hours, and the best they could get was a 12 passenger van.
How
We
do
could
you
all
run
share
out
one.
of cars?
I know, right? So that's the thing.
You
Like,
have them reserved for
Ex-
a reason.
thank
Did
you.
they not update their systems?
No, they did, but then we get to the front, and my girlfriend's like, "This is the easiest business to manage. How can you not manage this business? Everyone reserves their car. Like, you know exactly how many people are coming. You know when they're coming. It's not like a restaurant where you don't know. You know what I mean? Like, they should know." But then the woman flat out is like, well, we overbook. So we just always overbook. And it's
Why?
like, oh, well, how's that working out for you now, bitch? Like, no
How
disrespect
do you
whatsoever, but you're
overbook
an idiot.
to that much?
Yeah.
Where you have hundreds of people needing. Oh, I don't.
Dude,
Well, Inferno, correct me if I'm wrong, but this did happen in Denver, Colorado, right?
Denver, Colorado,
Denver,
yes.
hi.
And when you took a
That's good.
picture of the line that I saw, it says the home of the high city. So
Yes,
you know,
no, yep, absolutely. Let me see if I can really quick bring up a picture to prove that. I didn't go into any such facilities, but I
Why
did
not?
take a picture of my girlfriend. If I can find it really quick. What do you mean, why not, dude? I'm not druggy, so to speak.
I didn't say it. Just
Look at the name of this
Oh,
one.
well.
I don't know if this will come through on the stream, but
Rocky
Mountain High Dispensary.
Wow.
And there's my. Oh wait, hold on. And my girlfriend's right below it, like pointing up to the sign.
Wow.
So funny, dude. So funny. So yeah, I didn't get out of there until a little past 2:00 Mountain Time, and I was there at 10:43. So that was a little over 3 hours. Xbox Gen X wants to know if I smoked weed in Colorado. No, I did not smoke, but there were a lot of people that were. So, but yeah, that's essentially my Avis story, and I will never rent a car from them again. Even the key, right? So you go to a rent-a-car company and you expect to get like, a key with, remoteless entry and all that stuff, right? With like buttons on it and stuff. Wait until you see this friggin' key that we got.
Not just like some old key thing.
Look at this. I took a picture of it and tweeted it to him like, would you
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
would you rent from a company that gives you a key like that? It's like,
That gives you like a house key.
yeah, thanks for the house key, bro. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? You couldn't unlock the car with like a fob thing. The only way you can unlock the car is if you went in the driver's side only, turn the key, and then press the button. I was like, dude, this is 2016. Can you give me a car that's like, somewhat modern, please?
did the
Crazy.
car have all its hubcaps?
I don't know. I can't remember. I think it did. Yeah, it definitely did. Definitely did. The car actually wasn't too bad. The car was, got 40 miles per gallon, on the highway, so it worked out. But the weight, man, was just crazy.
Did they give you a discount or anything?
No discount. No
Wow.
discount.
Wow.
They finally responded to me on Twitter because I was getting like, tens of thousands of impressions. A lot of people were seeing this stuff, and and so they finally got in touch with me on Twitter, and they were like, yeah, they're like, send us this and this, and we'll try to work it out with you. But nothing has been resolved quite yet. So the moral of the story, was
Don't rent from Avis.
yeah, no Avis, definitely no Avis. Because like we got out of there a little past 2 a.m. rather, Mountain Time, and when we left, they had like 20 or so 12 passenger vans, and there were people that had been waiting in line for like 3 hours that weren't gonna get a car. So
Jeez.
Wow.
yeah, and they didn't bother to come out and tell anyone. And there's this huge line with like hundreds of people, right? And they only had 2 people working the counter out of 12 computers. So how does that work? Justin Lamb wants to know what kind of car it was. It was a Nissan Versa.
Hey, that's what I have.
Oh yeah, see, it gets good gas mileage actually.
Yeah.
Nice little car.
Yeah.
You don't like it?
Well, I mean, I just have to drive so far to work every day,
Yeah.
and it's only a 10-gallon tank, so.
Right. Yeah, it is. It is a small tank. That is true. The gas mileage was very, very good.
Gas mileage is very good for a 10-gallon.
Yeah. Hey, at least when you fill up, right, it doesn't cost you that much.
I know, it's like less than $20.
Right. Exactly.
Nice.
All right. Well, I think that's it. Assassin, do you have any quick hitters before we get out of here?
No.
Oh, you never do. You don't fun anymore. You're just the
No, I'm
you're just
pretty lame.
you're just the brawny.
boring.
You're just the brawny commercial now. You're just the brawny mountain man. Nice. All right. Well, yeah. Check out our past episodes and this episode if you missed any of it on YouTube. YouTube.com/4guysrecorders is our handle. For that is the site you can go to check it out. If you've been watching in the chat, sorry, Beam people. I don't know why it didn't work out this time. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Apparently, according to one of our big followers, J Street, he says Beam is kind of really touchy on the stuff as of right now. It's pretty new, so it existed before the acquisition of Microsoft, but I guess it's blown up so much that there's hiccups here and there. So we'll try to get on Beam for next time. It's just 4 guys recorders over there as well. Twitch, you can watch us as well. People in Twitch chat, we had a decently good crowd over there tonight, so thank you guys for watching over there. Twitch.tv/4guysrecorders is our handle in there. To get like accurate times or learn about our giveaways or hear about some stuff from us personally, just follow any of us on Twitter. Our stuff has been kind of like cycling below our faces here. You can follow us all individually. You can follow the show, 4GWQ Podcast. Definitely do that to get accurate show times because sometimes it does change. What else? Go to the website, 4guysrecorders.com to check out some articles, reviews, past episodes, stuff like that. Interviews like our one with Steve Downs last week. That was amazing. Go check that out on YouTube. That was episode 104. So yeah. Other than that, did I miss anything? Oh, iTunes, Pocket Cast, all that kind of stuff. Just search 4 Guys Recorders. You'll find us everywhere. Other than that, I think we're done. See you guys later. Assassin, come out of the darkness, bro.
No, go into the.
No, don't turn that red light on. Oh, you son of a bitch. I knew you were going to. All right, we'll see you guys later. Peace out.
Bye.
Bye.